Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're in a different car, if you can tell by the seat color and the screens. Today we're in a Lexus ES. This is a 2022 ES300h, so this is the hybrid, not the V6. This is the Ultra Luxury trim, so it's fully loaded. It has everything that you'd, I guess, want out of like a full-size luxury sedan. It has these semi-aniline seats, so these are real leather compared to my Lexus, which has New Lux, which is fake leather. You can, feel the difference. But today we're going to be taking this out for a little drive. I'm not going to do the conventional drive where I just solely take this on a back road. I'm going to go on a back road, but I'll also take this on the highway because, this car isn't meant to be pushed hard. It's not a fun car to drive hard. It's a hybrid, and the suspension is very floaty, but I'll get into the details in a bit. But let's start the car up and then I'll do a little walk around. And then I'll also turn on a turn signal so you guys can see the lighting. So this is the ES. It's dirty. I think I washed it last week, but we've been driving it around, so it's got dirty. But this car is in iridium. It's more of a silver than the atomic silver that I have. Atomic silver is brownish. This is like a pure silver. It's a nice looking car. It's not blacked out, obviously. It's, chromed out. This is the Ultra Luxury trim. If you get the F Sport, that's where you get the blacked out pieces. But again, this is a hybrid. This is a big car. You can fit 4 full-size adults in this car. I'll actually show you the back seats sitting behind myself. This has the triple beam headlights, which I recommend you get. It looks really good. You get the LED turn signals with the triple beam. If you don't get the triple beam, you get the incandescent turn signal. So I recommend you option this in. But let me show you the back seats really quick, because this car, you can have for literally 4 full-size adults. So this is sitting behind myself. This is sitting behind myself. I've got a lot of space. I mean, this is my family's road trip car. So we've taken this to LA twice. Or I'm sorry, once. And it's perfect, 7 hours. I sit back here sometimes, it's perfectly fine. I mean, I guess maybe the only thing is headroom, but it's not bad. Decent leg room. I think around 5'10", 5'11", somewhere around there. And this is a I sit, and I've got a lot of room. So this is a really good family car. But yeah, this is the ES. All right, let's go for a drive. So this car, it has drive modes, but this car doesn't have, again, adaptive suspension, the adaptive variable suspension. So when you put it in sport, it does nothing in terms of the suspension. The steering gets stiffer and the CVT is a bit more aggressive. So that's what it does. And then the other thing, this car has a 360 camera, which is cool. The resolution is crap. I had a Mazda 3 Turbo Premium Plus before the RC, and that car's 360 camera was high res. This is crappy, but you can, it works. You can tell what's around you. But yeah, let's get started. If you guys are familiar with the East Bay, I'm in Niles. I think Niles is its own town. I don't know, but it's close to Fremont. So, as you can hear, I don't know if you can hear the electric car hum, and there's EV next to the odometer. Right now the car is in all electric mode. It's not a plug-in hybrid, right? So it can't go too far on fully EV mode. Like I think you can do like a mile, and the maximum speed you can go. Thank you for not waiting. The maximum speed you can go is around like 25 miles an hour on, I think, full EV. So there's that. And then there's like a certain threshold. So if you can see on the HUD, that kind of shows my throttle placement. So if I'm okay, well right now the engine's on because the AC is on. That's another thing. If your AC is on, the engine turns on a lot more often. But yeah, no, I mean, this is a great car. I mean, I have the lifetime fuel average shown on the I don't know what this is called, helper screen next to the speedometer. 42.4 lifetime, and this car has driven almost 20,000 miles. I mean, can you name a BMW, an Audi, or a Mercedes that has a full-size sedan that can average this much, you know, this great of a fuel economy? I don't think any of the German cars can do this. And I mean, the German cars, they have like mild hybrid systems, so it's not even a hybrid. They just use it for their stop-start, but even then, I think the most you can get is what, maybe 30s on the highway? So, I mean, this car's great. So we're just gonna go on Niles. We're gonna do a quick little back road drive with this car, and then we'll take it on the highway, because I want to show you guys, you know, the sound quality, or not sound quality, you know, how quiet the cabin is, because it's really quiet. It's quieter than my car. And we'll put it in sport mode, just for fun. You'll see you get a actual tachometer, and everything turns red, and the engine stays on longer, and the steering is obviously stiffer. But look at this, I'm turning it, the car does nothing, so it's still, you know, luxurious setting. And then again, no adaptive dampers, so the car will roll around in corners, so it's not that, you don't have as much confidence really. And this car is front wheel drive. They don't have an all-wheel drive version, so you get a lot of torque steer. So that's another thing to keep in mind if you really want to hustle this car, which I don't recommend you do, because it's not fun. I mean, I guess it's capable, but it's just not fun. And I mean, sitting in the car, right, I'll turn the AC up a bit so you don't hear like the AC motor too much, but all you really hear is wind noise. Road noise is kept to a minimum. I mean, obviously the tires do play a role, but this car is super quiet. I mean, you have acoustic laminated glass on all the windows, and this car is really, it's a really good road trip car. Again, like I mentioned earlier, this is what we take on all our road trips, because we can fit everyone, all our luggage in the back. I mean, it's a perfect car. Like, I guess you don't have enough, like, as much space as an SUV or a crossover, but if you don't need an SUV, get one of these if you want a luxury car. I mean, of course, it doesn't drive as well as like a 5 Series or a, what is it, A6? A4? I forget what the Audi equivalent is. I assume this drives similar to the E-Class, because Mercedes is more luxury focused, I think. I mean, I've never driven a Mercedes, but that's what at least I like to think, unless you get the AMG variant. But if you're just going to work, hauling your family around, I don't know why you need a sporty car. Just get this. It's much cheaper. I mean, I think fully loaded, this car is $55K. If you're looking at a 5 Series, right? If you want a fully loaded 5 Series, what, you're looking in the 60s maybe? Like, I haven't done my research, but I'm assuming that's how much it is, because I know the German car companies like to put all the features in separate options, whereas the Japanese brands put them in packages, right? So, I don't know. It's a, you know, it's a debate. You know, what do you prefer more? But again, if you're just looking for a family car, you get this, and if you want a weekend car, you know, get a coupe. So I think this is perfect for most people. Looks like we're stuck behind a slow driver. But I mean, again, just listen how quiet this, I mean, okay, we're not going fast, never mind. Cancel that. I'm gonna put it back in eco since we're going nowhere. The other thing I like about this car is you have a peasant blocker. If you see in the back, I can, you know, put it down, put it up. That's a really cool feature I like. It's, I don't know, I guess it brings out the inner child in me. That you can, you know, stop peeping Toms, I guess, from the back. You can just put that up. The side windows don't have them at the back. I wish they did, but yeah, that's a cool little feature. And this doesn't have the RC style gauge cluster, where if you push the button it can move left and right. If you get the ESF Sport, you get that, but not in the hybrid. And then this car has the it has a much more advanced Lexus like safety system or driver assistance tech than the RC. So for example, if I put radar cruise on this, the car will steer. by itself. My car, the RC, doesn't have steering assist. It has lane keep assist, but like if there's a curve, it won't turn the wheel for me in the RC. In this car, it will. So you'll see right now we're in EV mode, so 30 miles an hour, it's holding it, and then if I get on the gas, it'll turn off. But yeah, I mean, in day-to-day life, right, we're going to be stuck behind a person who is not confident, I'll say, in driving in a back road. You're going to drive under the speed limit half the time. There's no need to have a sporty car. You can just sit in a hybrid where it sips fuel, it doesn't gulp down fuel, and just chill. And then I really like this car's HUD. My Mazda 3 Turbo had a HUD. It only showed the speed, and it actually showed the blind spot. So like if there was a car in my blind spot, the Mazda would show a little signal on the HUD, which is cool. But I like this car's HUD because you know, it shows you your, I guess, throttle position and, you know, I guess the hybrid tack, like, you know, what's going on. So it's kind of cool. I wish the RC had a HUD, but again, that's an old car, so maybe in the redesign, if they ever redesign it, they may add a HUD. And then this car also has a touchscreen, so this is touch-based, or you can use the trackpad. The newer RCs, I think the 2023 model has, or 2024, excuse me, has the touchscreen. So Lexus is trying to do away with this trackpad. So that's another benefit, is you get the touchscreen. But since we're stuck behind slow traffic, I'll kind of give you guys an update from the last video. Like I mentioned how I was planning on buying accessories and mods for the RC. Okay, if you're a new driver, please do not cross the solid lines. You're not supposed to overtake on solid lines. Anyways, just some updates on the mods from the for the RC. The TRD mirror caps that I mentioned earlier, they're delayed. Supposedly it was supposed to ship on October 26th, which has passed. I got an email from Nengoon Performance. They said it's going to ship in February 2024, so it's going to come way later. That's unfortunate, so the install video will come later. And then I did some research on the TRD body kit that I also mentioned in the last video. So if you put up the part, so I think I sent the link to the TRD website where I had the part numbers for each accessory, like the front lip and whatnot. If you search up the part number for the front lip, for example, you can see the instruction, the PDF version of the instructions. It's in Japanese. So I just wanted to see how the install process is for those TRD parts. So I downloaded the Japanese PDF document and then I put it in Google Translate, and it translated it for me into English. And I was just seeing, okay, how do you install these parts? And it's pretty complicated. Like the diffuser, for example, you have to take out the bumper and you have to remove the I guess they call it the existing bumper cover that's on the RC. It's like the matte portion of it. You take it out and then you put on the new JDM or TRD version of it. So it's really complicated. I'm not going to do it by myself. I have no faith in me in like taking out the bumper and things like that. So it's going to be tough to install. And I was kind of reading on the forums, so people have like GR Supras or GR86s, that there's JDM TRD parts, they're available. And on those community forums, people have said that the NA dealers or US dealers won't install the JDM TRD parts. So even though it's a Toyota, it has a Toyota part number, they won't install it because it's for the Japanese market. I guess you could find a dealer who will do it, but it seems like it's a hassle. And if I'm gonna be dropping like $3,000 for it to come here, and if I can't find a dealer to install it, I'm kind of screwed. So I was looking at alternatives. There's a Lexon. So Lexon is a aftermarket Japanese company that does body kits for Lexuses and Toyotas. They have a body kit up, so I'm just working with a reseller right now, just trying to figure out the lead time and how easy the installation process is. So once I get updates on that, I may decide to purchase that that body kit. And then the final update on the RC is the so the first video that I ever uploaded back in November last year, so it's been a year ago, I talked about I was going to buy the orange brakes for the RC. So I'll just kind of preface this. Lexus has an optional accessory for the RC where you can buy orange painted brake calipers front and rear. I was working with my local dealership here in the Bay Area, and they weren't able to source the parts for me. Their parts manager said that they can't place the order with Lexus in general. So I kind of gave up on the hunt, but then I tried again, and I reached out to this dealer in SoCal, Southern California, Longo Lexus. Shout out to Longo. You know, I called them. I said, you know, these are the orange brake caliper part numbers. Can you get them for me? And they're like, we can. So I'm like, great. So I placed the order with them, and the rear brake calipers are already at the dealer, but the front brake calipers have a long lead time. They sent me an email yesterday saying that the front brake calipers will ship around December or January. So that's a bummer, but hey, I mean, at least I got the brake calipers. So that will be coming in soon. Sorry. I don't know why this person just didn't pull over to the side and like let us pass. It's kind of sad. Anyways, but yeah, the orange brake calipers will come in, and we'll do an install. Okay, are you gonna go this way? Unfortunately, I was hoping to do an entrance ramp, but maybe we can. So we'll show you the acceleration once we get past this slow driver. Okay, this is just a hypothetical situation, but highway speeds are 65 miles an hour on California. You should be accelerating decently fast to get up to speed to merge safely, right? I don't understand people who just take their time and merge in at 45 miles an hour. I mean, that's what causes traffic, that's what causes accidents. I mean, luckily this entrance ramp is long enough so this person is sort of getting up to speed, but I mean, yeah. Please merge safely. That's what I want to tell people. We'll show you the acceleration here. So let's see how we can pass slow traffic in this car. This is my foot to the floor basically, and you get up and go. Obviously most people aren't going to floor their ESs, but you get power. I'll go back in eco, and I just want to show you guys the refinement of this car. So I'll go 70 miles an hour. This is what I usually cruise at on California highways. And the car is pretty quiet. It, you know, depends on obviously the surface of the road. This surface seems kind of coarse. I don't know, but certain surfaces, this car is really quiet. It's quieter than my car, definitely. And then the other thing, this car has almost 20,000 miles. No creaks, no rattles. The build quality is insane. Usually, if you buy, you know, Lexuses that are manufactured in the US, the build quality is worse than those that are manufactured in Japan. And you can tell if your car is made in America or made in Japan by the VIN number. So if your VIN number starts with J, it's made in Japan. So my RC is made in Japan because it starts with a J. This car's VIN number does not start with a J, so it's made in the US. I believe Lexus has their manufacturing plant in Kentucky or Texas. I'm not sure where it is, but yeah, I mean, for an American-made Lexus, super good build quality. 20,000 miles, no creaks, no rattles. It's amazing. And you can see here the car is on, well, it's using the gas motor pretty heavily right now. I don't know if you can hear it as we're going uphill. But you can't really hear the engine. If you have your music on, you barely hear the hybrid motor or the CVT like whining. You rarely hear that with the music up. It's really windy today. You guys can hear the wind noise? It's pretty bad. So as you see, I let my foot off the gas pedal. We're going down a hill. The car is on EV mode, and you can see it's charging its battery. So it uses kinetic energy. I don't know. I didn't do too well in physics. It's basically using the I don't know, the deceleration or the coasting to charge the battery. So that's pretty cool. yeah, in terms of suspension, the car is super smooth. You're kind of like floating on air. It is a bit floaty, I'll say that. It's definitely more floaty than my car, definitely. But on a cruiser, on a hybrid, that's kind of what you want, right? Smooth sailing, really. Here's a bit of a passing power. I'm not really flooring it. I mean, obviously we're going downhill, so that helps, but the car does the job. You're not going to be winning any, you know, races from a dig, but it does the job. Okay, that's a 530E. Can a 530E do 42 miles per gallon? I doubt it. I mean, yeah, I can do what, maybe 20 miles on full electric, 20, 30 miles, but you know, once the, okay, this is my issue with plug-in hybrids. Once the battery is dead, the gas motor is really carrying an extremely heavy car, right? Because batteries weigh a lot. So if your battery is not charged and you're only on the gas motor, you're more inefficient than a fully gas powered car, if that makes sense, if my English is making sense. So that's why I don't really like plug-in hybrids too much. I mean, if you're you know, good at making sure that you charge the car every day, then sure, it makes sense. But if you forget and you run out of charge and you're just on the gas motor, your fuel economy is going to be much worse than a car that's only powered by gas. So I think conventional hybrids are the way to go until, you know, we go fully EV, at least in my opinion. I guess the other thing to mention is the brake pedal's a bit weird if you're not used to hybrids. So when you initially get on the brake, it's regen braking, and then once you get past a certain point, that's when the actual brakes kick in. So if you're not used to it, your braking may be a bit jerky. That's what I've noticed, because I only drive this car maybe once a week, so it takes me like maybe 10-15 minutes to get used to the brakes, but then afterwards you're fine. But anyways, we will wrap up the video here, guys. That is, I'm not going to call this a review, it wasn't really a review, but this is the Lexus ES300h. This is the 2022 Ultra Luxury. It's a good car. Again, you need to keep your expectations in check. This isn't a sporty car. It's a luxury. It's a pure luxury car. It's a hauler, commuter, A to B car, whatever you want to call it. So just keep your expectations in check, and you may really like this car. But anyways, guys, that'll wrap up the video today. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you guys all in the next one.